Hello, vaping friends. Ruby Roo here. Welcome to another episode of the Reviewer's Queue. So I'm super excited about tonight. We're going to be doing a Q&A, and I'm here with my co-host, the lovely Matt Cully from Suck My Mod, and we also have our special guest, regular guest, special person, Vanessa Vaping V. She is evening as well. So, Matt, why don't we start off?
For all of you wondering why we're not in the same video, it's because she left me for another man.
She actually left you for me. What?
She's downstairs and she doesn't want to be in this hot fucking vape room. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my computer. You guys talk.
Just talk?
So isn't that what you guys are discussing?
Tonight's show will be all about asking us anything your heart desires.
Indeed, yeah. So we put out a little post earlier today on our social media, like, we're doing this tonight, ask us anything. And so we thought it would be fun to just do like a little Q&A tonight and just shoot the shit, kind of just hang out and have some vapes and have some friendship.
Vapes, just chilling and vaping up in here.
Chilling and vaping. It's going to be awesome.
I must say, that's a good picture of us.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember where I took that photo?
Niagara Falls, wasn't it?
No.
That
one was in Vegas. It was in Vegas. It was outside. It was outside the Encore, I think. And it was right before we all got in the limo and went to Fremont.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I look so drunk and haggard.
The photo that we posted was pretty silly. But
the face you made, Ruby, is like the face I make when Vanessa farts right next to me.
Something like this.
It's like that. I can taste that. It's in my mouth right now.
Ew.
So how about we go through Facebook first?
Well, let's talk about what we're vaping on tonight, shall we?
Okay. I don't want to jump the gun there.
I'm eating a string cheese, don't mind me.
What are you vaping on, Vanessa?
I'm vaping on the Hexohm V2.
Nice.
And then I also have the Aeolus on top, but I also like to call it the Areolus because it sounds better. And then I'm just vaping some of our juice. Suck My Juice, V's ADV.
What up?
What up, juice?
I can remember, it must have been about a year ago or like 9 months ago when you guys, I think Matt texted me and he's like, so we're trying to come up with a name for our juice line. And a lot of people really want it to be Suck My Juice, and I was like, absolutely. I mean, it can't be anything but that. It just has to be that.
I've gotten a lot of shit for that, too. For all those people out there that have given me shit for it, I didn't even come up with the name. Everyone else pushed me into it.
Yeah, it was like, at some point you just have to give the people what they want.
It was going to be something lame like M&V's special blend of VV and nicotine. I am vaping on tonight the E-Square and the Sapor RDA, and then the what do I got here? The Vape Droid DNA 40 with the Hurricane 1.2 on top. And honestly, I'm running low on juice I like, so I'm just throwing whatever, and I'm not even going to name the names because I'm not too happy with a few of them that I'm vaping right now.
Sometimes the struggle is real.
Yeah.
I am vaping on, I've got a Titan here. Ooh, shiny. Got a Titan, I've got a Tugboat V2 with a Mad Honey drip top. And I've got NOLA in this one. NOLA, thank you. And then I've
been vaping your NOLA. Your NOLA's so good.
Oh, well.
I have it actually. The only stuff I have left is the stuff that you gave us in Niagara.
Oh, yeah, that's old. Okay, I'll get you.
I went to drip that the other day, and I didn't realize how strong 6 milligram is now.
Yeah, that's 6.
So freaking lightheaded.
Yeah, I'll give you guys some more. And then I've also got the Grim Army Hexohm tonight, Tugboat Slam Cap, and then I've got Rainbow Sherbet in the dark as well, which is delicious. And I love it.
Is Grim watching?
I don't know.
Who knows with this nerdy 1985 chat we have going on?
I like 1985 chat.
Well, I do too. But it's like there's no pictures now. I can't remember the names. I don't know. I'm not digging it. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go through our social media accounts because we all posted earlier. We'll go through Facebook first, and we'll just kind of all skim through the questions, answer some that are good, some that are bad, and I'm sure that's going to give us more than enough to talk about, and hopefully it'll be interesting. Ruby, do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Why don't you start out first question? Because I need to load up my Facebook here.
Okay. Well, I expected that you were going to go first.
Well, I can go first.
No, okay, fine. I'll find one. I'm just trying to figure out which one to do.
We're so prepared.
How
The second most professional show in vaping, besides after Plumes, I guess.
Oh,
Grim
Green just texted and said, "I'm watching. I can't get the chat to work." Big shocker. Who can get the chat to work? That's
well, everyone who's in the chat can get it to work. So.
Okay, here's a good question. Do you feel that we are finally reaching a point where things are slowing down in the vaping industry? The reason I say this is because temperature control is already running wild in almost everything now. Most tanks only have the major improvement of top fill coming out. And now with the DNA 200, you can customize everything pretty much. I'm hoping things start slowing down a bit. It's hard to keep up. Man. Okay. That's a lot. I don't, at some point the market's going to be saturated, and things might slow down and get a little more incremental. I mean, if you look at like cell phones, smartphones, I mean, they were making leaps and bounds when they first came out, and then now, every time a new iPhone or a new whatever Galaxy comes out, it's kind of more of an incremental upgrade. People are smart that are designing these devices, so I think that they're going to keep coming out with cool extra features that we didn't know that we needed. And I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of devices coming out, but as far as innovation-wise, it could slow down a little bit. But a lot of times in vaping, too, I mean, we do this circle. So, like, Squonkers were popular for 6 months. Now they're not popular. Now they might get popular again next year. Same with all kind. I mean, there's people buying Cardo tanks again because there's this new NX rebuildable that everybody wants. So shit just goes full circle a lot. Ruby, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just agree with you on that. Like, things really do go full circle. Like, a lot of people are getting into Jennies. Like, there are so many people who are into Jennies right now, which is weird because I kind of missed Jennies. Like, I came in right when, as far as rebuildables go, right when the IGO-L, IGO-W, and then the K-Funds were starting to become more popular. So I kind of missed the Jenny scene. So I kind of don't totally get the popularity of Jennies right now, but that's something that's coming back around. It's been popular, and I didn't know that people are getting back into Cardos. That's pretty hilarious.
Well, it's mesh in general. A lot of especially the high-end crowd, are getting back into that. Mesh does give off insanely clean flavor. Especially on desserts, it's really good. It's just more of a pain in the ass. But this new Cardo, the NX Cardo, the NX is a really popular Jenny. That works really well. But now they're making a Cardo that also works with mesh, and so that's all popular too. Jennies do have, if you're a mouth to lunger and that you like tight draws, there's no better vape than a well-built Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah, I've vaped on, I don't own a Genesis Atomizer right now, but I have vaped on a couple of friends, and it's definitely nice. It's not how I vape right now, but I definitely appreciate it.
They're a lot better than the first one I ever had was the RSST, and it had this big old number, and it was a bitch. But now you got the NX, the next gen, the Origeny. They're easier to build. That's the biggest thing why people hate Jennies is because they're just a pain in the ass to build, and then they are leaky. But the next gen and the NX have kind of fixed that. So yeah, I mean that's something we could talk about for an hour, but we won't bore people.
Yeah, we can talk about Jennies, but nobody would watch.
No thanks.
Vanessa, are you looking through the Facebook comments?
No, I opened up Instagram. I was going to go to Instagram.
Well, we're gonna do Instagram next. Let's go through Facebook first.
All right, I've got a really cool Facebook question, and someone asked me this on Instagram too, so I'll just kind of combine the question. They said if you could take elements from different mods that you've used or reviewed and blend them together into one mod, what would it be like? And to me, that's kind of like if you were to make a mod, what would it be? And for me, I currently really enjoy vaping. I am a dripper pretty much exclusively unless I'm like reviewing a tank. But like for my all-day stuff, I drip. And so I also prefer building a little bit lower. So unless I'm using my Hexome, I'm usually on unregulated devices. I also really, really think that stabilized wood, or as the high-end market calls it, stab wood, #stabwood.
Yeah.
I would probably make a parallel box, like a parallel mech, that has a stabilized wood body, and somehow figure out the conductivity issues that would happen because you're using wood as the body. But I think that would probably be like a dream. Right now, I'm in the market. I'm looking for a really nice mech box, and I kind of just want to start making them. In fact, I have here, what is this, props? I actually have a block of stabilized wood in front of me right now. I know,
Wow.
right? What? This is stabilized wood. It's very pretty. I don't know what kind it is because
Wood porn.
yeah, wood porn. What? It's a maple of some sort, but it's something that we're considering making. So yeah, like a stab wood mech box is probably what I would make.
If I had my choice on a mod, I love stab wood. It's like, what would you make for ergonomics, and what would you make just because it's beautiful? I am really loving the Vape Droid, which I said in the review. I would make like a single 26650 stab wood mod with the SX350J that can maybe, because you can get them to upgrade it like 75.
So 75 watts. Yeah.
Something that's going to give great battery life, but still ergonomic. Fits well in the hand.
And not like enormous.
Yeah, and that's
not like you're vaping this whole thing. Like, here's my mod. It's so
that's one thing that's kind of shocked me in some ways is why some of these, even like the Chinese modders, why they're not trying out 26650s more often. Yeah, you couldn't do like a 200 watt mod on it or something, but you could definitely, like the Sigelli 75 watt. Why didn't they just thicken that up a little bit and make it a 26650? Because it doesn't have to be any taller, it just needs to be a little bit thicker,
Right. Yeah, we talked about that too in our box mod show 2 weeks ago. Like, why aren't more people making like these like ergonomic, like almost like teardrop shape 26650 regulated mods? It makes sense, but whatever. I'm not a mod maker. I don't know.
Well, China just needs a push. If they thought it was needed or wanted by people, then they would do it,
Yeah.
Vanessa, did you see any cool questions?
Well, how about I answer the other two that I didn't get to answer? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, because I don't know.
No, I would love to know what your perfect mod would be.
I change my ways of vaping all the time. I like different types of vape, so I really can't say that there's one perfect mod for me. And yeah, so. Hello, did I cut out? Am I still here?
Crickets. No, I get that.
Well, I'm not into the whole hobbyist part like that you guys are. I don't really, I vape because I like it, and that's about it.
I can say what you've been vaping on because I'm your friend and I know what you like. What? Yeah. Friendship?
Yeah, friend.
Well, you've been vaping on the Hexum for a while, and
yeah,
I know that you
also.
Hexum. Yeah, and I know that you've also, like, with, like, tanks and stuff, you were using, like, the iStick 50 for a long time. You were using the Vapor Shark for a while, too. Yeah, so you seem to, like, regulated maybe more than, like, over, like, a mech or something.
Yeah, I do like regulated more than a mech, for sure.
Right.
what Vanessa is like 95% of vapors. She likes something easy, and she likes something with a lot of battery life, and she likes something that works well. Like right now, she's using the Aeolus with the Hexome, and she'll just use that mod for months until she's on it. Sometimes she'll use a sub-ohm tank, but she's all about ease of use. She likes advanced products, but she's not really into like the hobbyist try a different Addy and mod every day.
Word.
Are you looking at the Facebook questions, honey?
I am now.
Okay, you want me to pick another one then? I was kind of trying to hint to you earlier, hey, stop looking at Instagram, look at Facebook. So
no, we're doing Facebook first, and we'll go over
so you can have a question to come up. But since everyone already thinks I'm a douche to you, I don't want to be too bossy.
Oh, okay, everyone knows that he wears the pants.
She does. She acts so sweet and innocent on video. Right before we came on live, she was hitting me, bitching that I didn't do the dishes.
It was not.
Matt, I've got some dishes you can do. If you want to fly out and do mine, it'd be great.
Okay, how about
I have
this?
a question.
Okay, you go ahead, honey.
Okay, so aside from vaping, what do each of you enjoy doing in your free time?
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. Go ahead, you can answer it first.
Okay, so in my free time, well, I live in beautiful Montana, so I like to be outdoors. I like to be boating on the lake. I like to be hiking, fishing. In the wintertime, I like to snowboard. I like to travel. I like to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Ruby?
In my free time, what is that?
I know, huh?
What's free time? Honestly, like on days, like other hobbies that I have, I'm an avid reader. I really like reading. I was an English major in college, so like books and I have a very strong relationship. And it's always nice to just sort of hang out and get into a good book. I also really like swimming. I was a competitive swimmer all growing up and in high school and stuff, so that's why I have like hulky shoulders, and if you could see my back, it's just like lats. It's sick.
Lats for days.
Lats for days. But I really enjoy swimming, and I live in Colorado, so we love camping. And me and Josh and our son and a couple of our really close friends, we all just recently went camping and fishing for the weekend, and that's just huge for us. We love camping and fishing out in Colorado, so those are probably mine. I also like cars. I just like looking up cars, and Josh and I watch car videos together all the time on YouTube.
With me, it depends on the time of year, but also our lives have changed a lot since Vanessa started nursing school. So like she's so busy. Like we always talk about things, hiking. Like we went hiking multiple times last summer, and like we keep talking about doing it because we have Glacier National Park. One thing that I'm diehard into, obviously, is sports, fantasy football, big time. Like
I forgot about that.
During fantasy football season, I spend just about as much time looking at shit like that online as I do vaping stuff.
Oh yeah, Matt, I totally agree with you on that. I know, and we disagree like on our teams, but I'm like diehard Broncos fan, like for life. It just is a thing.
Before I got into vaping, I was always one that like threw myself into a hobby big time, just like I did with vaping. I mean, I collected coins for a long time. For a long time there, I would buy and sell shit just for fun. Like I would buy and trade. People are old school in Montana. Craigslist, people trade constantly, trading guns, boats. I've traded for boats. I've traded for cars. I've done all different kinds of shit like that. I used to buy like iPhones and cell phones off Craigslist and refurbish them and sell them on eBay, and I made good money doing that just as a side thing. So I don't know. I've had different hobbies. I mean, I'm not nearly as active as I used to be, unfortunately, but the vaping takes a lot of time now.
Yeah, vape life, man. I tell you what, it's pretty much It consumes most of what I do.
Well, it's tough when you work from, and I'm not complaining at all because you get to work doing something that you love, but when you work from home, like with the juice business, and then you got like the the YouTube and all that, you're kind of like taking lots of breaks throughout the day, but you never stop working. So like you find yourself, I wouldn't even call it working, but you find yourself like, you know, sitting down to watch a movie with your kid, and the next thing you know, you're on your phone returning emails, and, you know, your phone's blowing up from Facebook messages and all that crap. So it's just like the vaping thing is definitely a lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, it's weird because it really does. Once you're in the industry, I mean, and we're like full on in the industry, it really consumes a lot of your life. So you have to be like proactive and like go and hang out with friends, like, and go and do things that are not on a computer and are not vaping, you know?
Yeah. I'm hoping now that Vanessa's finally done with school that we'll be able to do more outdoor. Like, I love camping.
I know, me too.
Yes, camping is amazing.
And we haven't gone camping yet this summer, but like I'm a, you know, well, we both are diehard campers.
Yeah.
Here's one more that's not vape related. I guess I'll go next. Matt, how did you and V meet? Do any of you have kids from a past relationship?
Oh, that's a good question for you guys. Hey.
Should I give the real story?
You should give the short version.
Okay,
Give the real story and then give what we tell people.
Well, Vanessa and I are both divorced. I had been divorced for a couple of years. Yes, I do have a kid. I'll go through this really fast. I moved to Montana because of my ex-wife was from here. We moved over here, started a construction business during the boom, blah, blah, blah. We got divorced in 2008. I had plans to move back to Seattle, and I was bartending at the time because the construction industry had gone to shit here, and happened to have a little bit of a fling, and lo and behold, the penis that never worked for 30 years, all of a sudden...
Oh my God!
All of a sudden, knocked a woman up, and you know, this was like 2010, and so I had a kid. No, this was like 2009 because I had plans of moving back, and I was going to move back this summer, but then I don't know, I'm all blah blah. Anyway, so I was working at a newspaper in the advertising department. I was on Facebook a lot during the day. Vanessa was friends of friends on Facebook, and what happened? Did I just message you one day?
I think you probably friend requested me and I denied it.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
So somehow we started talking online, and then there's this place called the Raven, which is on Flathead Lake. It's like a summer spot, like it's a really cool outdoor bar and restaurant. And she was going to be there. They have this thing, Margarita Mondays, and they're really popular. She was going to be there, and I knew I was going to be there, so that's where we first met. She was super offish. Her friend, I thought, had the hots for me. She was just like blooming off the whole time. But then somehow we just kept talking, and I finally broke her down.
And that's how we met.
Yeah, you just wore her down. Is how I've heard it.
I mean, some of the questions people always ask me, how did you get V so hot? Blah blah blah. Yeah, she probably is out of my league. But if you look, all the other guys that were always going after her were guys that kissed her ass and constantly, hey, can I buy you a drink? Hey, I'm gonna bring you lunch today. I was just normal, I think, and we just bullshitted a lot and joked and teased each other constantly.
Yeah, we were friends before we started dating.
That's where we kind of vibed. Yeah. Like we just kind of we teased each other a lot and just kind of acted normal with each other. And I didn't kiss her ass like all the other guys that were trying to get with her. So men out there, if you want to get a girl that's out of your league, don't kiss her ass. That's a fine line though, because you don't want to be a dick either. You don't want to,
Yeah, you can't be a dick about it, but you gotta keep her interested without being a douche.
Yeah,
it's a fine line. All right, I've got another question. I've got a question here. What's the worst mod you've ever used, and what's the worst juice you've ever used? Oh, interesting. So, the worst mod.
You might as well say RDA or tank too, because someone else asked me that question. So you might as well just do all of them.
Well, mine was wasn't really a mod. It was more of just like a little like stick setup. And it was the Innokin Lily, and it was so bad. And I was like, and it was a flop product too. Like the product didn't do well. And it was like a little tiny cartridge, like a little tiny baby cartridge that you like had to like pierce into the head or whatever. And then it had like a little stick thing, and it was kind of like a little cigarette. It was like a cigarette, but it was long. Anyway, that was terrible. It was a really crappy vape. You'd have to refill like the little cartridge. If you could, you had to hack the cartridge to refill it, and it was terrible. It was so bad. The vape was really bad. And then worst juice I've ever vaped would have to be everyone probably knows about it at this point, but I did a review when hash. When I did a review a very, very long time ago. It would have to be hash juice. That stuff was so bad. And no, it didn't have weed in it. That was just their cool-ass name. That's what they said in the video on their YouTube channel. But if you're ever, I don't know if their channel is still up, but if you ever are looking for a laugh, you should go find hash juice on YouTube and try and find their commercial that they made. It's just a cool-ass name.
Yeah, if you guys
bad,
there's a bunch of good reviews on it too, where everybody's dogging them.
Man, it was.
Who was it that threw it into poured it into their toilet or something?
Yeah, secondhand
vapor.
Yeah, Eric. Shout out to Eric. Oh my gosh.
Because they were just rude to you and stuff when that
was when my channel was a month old or something, and then I decided to review their juice, and it was really bad, and I gave them a negative review, and then they came back, and a company came back and trolled me hardcore. And so then a couple other vapors out there, like Lissy Vapes and Eric from Secondhand, and what's his name? I'm forgetting it. He cusses a lot, and Vanessa, he likes you a lot. Vulgar Vape Dude.
Vulgar Vape Dude, yeah.
Yeah. He also made a video, and it was just so ridiculous. And their juice was so bad. I wouldn't have come down on them as hard as I would have if I could have contacted them, and been bro, this is not good. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So once again, I've mentioned it before, but Dear Hash Juice, thanks for the subs.
Honey, what's your worst mod?
Probably when we started off first vaping, I would have to say the blues. I mean, I know that's not a mod or anything, but the blue e-cigarettes were absolutely terrible. You had to charge them every 30 minutes. They were awful. I can't believe that we ever even did those.
Yeah, but remember you had the that really shitty pink Vamo, though, that always fell apart.
Well, that's because you got it from China, from one of those websites. Yeah, Fast Tech. Yeah, that wasn't very good.
What's your worst? Can you think of a worst juice you've had?
No, I was trying to think of one, and I can't really think of one that's absolutely awful.
I could think of one, and you'll remember this. We did, and I know a lot of people love this line, but we did a review for Virgin Vapor, and a few of their juices were just fucking. I don't know if something was wrong with them or what.
Yeah,
they were just awful. And too thin. So I think maybe something is wrong with them. But that's really what sticks out in my mind is something where I vaped it and almost bombed. There was one that was a raspberry something, and I seriously thought it was gonna burn my throat and insides. It was
Some of the organic juices that claim they're organic aren't very good either.
Back then they got better, but yeah, some of those early organic ones were pretty shitty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Vaping Rabbit is pretty good if anyone's looking for an organic juice line. Also, that San Francisco company. Why can't I? Oh shit, I can't think of it. Anyway, it's good too.
As far as worst mod, that I have tried. Crap. That is really tough. Because there's so many that are just like, you know.
What about that one that you did a review on and it had like the skulls on it?
Oh, yes. That shitty wood H-Cigar mech mod that was wood and it had just like a strip of metal running inside.
Oh, yeah, those were terrible.
And it would, it misfired and it didn't work correctly sometimes. That thing was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, those were bad.
As far as any Addy or tank, I still got to go with the turbo just because it's fucking stupid. But there was also a lot of those Clearos that we first started on, you know, were bad. Like some of them that had like the top coil. Some of like the Kanger ones. Somebody mentioned like the T3S. Yeah, those were shitty.
Those were bad.
They were so inconsistent. You'd get one head that would wick decently, and the next one would just be fucked. And so, that's, you know, none of the stuff now is, stuff's just gotten so much better, and it's all kind of close. Like, people are always like, what's your favorite sub-ohm tank? What's your favorite sub-ohm tank?
Oh, well, they're like all the same.
There's like 50 of them, and they're all good, and they all just, maybe one edges out the other by barely.
Yeah.
None of them stand out to be just fucking awful or like the #1 sub-ohm tank ever. Which I still at some point need to do a sub-ohm tank video, but it's like I don't even know which ones to include.
I know.
So yeah. Ruby, did you find, or you just did your question, right?
I just did my question. I think it's Vanessa's turn.
I'm looking.
Oh, Sean. Sean asked, while you're looking, Vanessa, Sean asked, why is Plumes of Hazard the best show in vaping? I would say because it's the most unprofessional show in vaping, aside from ours, of course.
Well, they have, besides like Vapor Joe, they have the biggest heads in vaping, so.
Oh, it's true. Their egos are just out of control. Out of control, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I still love those guys. Somebody in chat asked about the DNA 200, and I figure I had some questions about this too. I'm sure you did too, Ruby. Like somebody, I think they asked, like, was it the end-all, be-all? I obviously don't think that there needs to be more wattage ever than what that is. I don't even think that needed to be 200 watts. As far as end-all, be-all, Evolve's going to find other little things here and there that are going to upgrade it. You know, they're just going to do little things. Hopefully, what's really going to hold some of these back is like battery tech. You know, battery tech kind of needs to catch up to some of the tech with some of these boards. But I mean, I don't know if it's the end-all, be-all. That's so tough because it's like people back in like the 80s probably thought, how can computers ever get any better? You know, so there's always going to be something that they come out with that we didn't think we need, and all of a sudden are like, wow, we definitely needed this, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean, I can say, hold on, shit. I tried. I can definitely say that I've really been enjoying the DNA 200 so far. Like, it's an incredible board. I like it.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not fancy on with it is I just am not a fan of lipos. Ever since I saw Vanessa's mod basically turn into a rocket when we were in Vegas.
That was scary.
I feel like there's going to be a bunch of people buying the DNA 200 in the next 6 months, and I guarantee you we're going to hear about more and more batteries venting.
Well, and there's going to be a lot of people who are buying the board and then using crap lipos on it.
Yeah, crap lipos. Some of the good ones can fail. A lot of people say, well, whatever, you've been using those in the RC car industry for forever. You don't keep an RC car in your pocket. You don't put an RC car up to your face.
I'm sorry. No, Matt, let's not judge. I mean, I keep my RC cars in my pocket. I sleep with them at night next to my face.
I mean, like, you don't keep an RC car and bring it on a plane with you. Like when Vanessa's mod vented, and it had been working fine for 6 months. She was using like a sub-ohm tank on it. She was walking. She wasn't even vaping it. She's walking, and just out of nowhere, the thing starts shooting gas out the sides. She brought that on the plane with her when we went to Vegas. Like, could you imagine if that vented when she was on the plane? That would have been a national news story.
Yeah.
Like they would have probably grounded the plane, and it would have been a big deal how this e-cig blew up on a fucking plane.
Right.
So I don't know. You know, I get that that's where it's going with lipos, but I wish it wasn't. You know, I've seen an IMR vent, and it's no big deal at all. It's just like a psh. Gets hot, and it's a little psh.
Yeah.
And then a lipo is like Vanessa's farts in the middle of the night.
God.
Well,
all right, next question.
Just kidding. I love you, honey.
Vanessa, it's your turn.
Okay. Driving and vaping, possibly one of my favorite things to do. However, whenever the cop is nearby, I tend to keep my vape low, even though it's totally illegal. I feel like cops don't know what it is and will assume it's a weed smoking device. Does anyone else get weirded out by vaping near cops? I definitely do. When I'm driving down the road, if I see a cop, because I'm so scared of them thinking that I'm doing something illegal, that I don't vape.
Yeah.
Depends on
I don't know why that's so weird. Like if I got pulled over or something, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just that I don't know the stigma that everybody has about it.
Yeah, and some people have been pulled over because they were vaping, and their e-liquid or tank or whatever has been confiscated. Like there's stories like that out there. I usually just don't care. I just kind of like blow vape out the windows, and if I get pulled over, maybe I'll convert a smoker into a vapor. Like, I don't know. Like, I also have this like thing in my life where I give zero fucks about what anyone thinks about me, regardless if they're a cop or not. So I don't know, anarchy or something.
Well, we live in Montana where vaping isn't that popular, and so I know that if there were big clouds rolling out of my window, I'm sure that I'd probably
get stared at. I don't like mind when I'm driving, but if a cop comes and I'm at a stoplight and he pulls up next to me, I'm not going to vape when he's staring at me because I don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, I'm probably. I mean, if he's like pulling up right next to me, maybe I'd want to like keep it in check, but I don't know. Also, maybe not. Maybe it depends on my mood at the time. I might just roll that window down and just blow a sick cloud, like whatever.
Yeah, depends on what you're vaping too. If you're vaping
YOLO.
a tighter draw with not as much vapor, you could just stealth vape anyway. I mean,
yeah. I don't know.
It's one thing I've never got is like the assholes that need to go blow clouds in Walmart or the grocery store. Like,
that is so annoying.
Hold it in for 10 seconds. If you absolutely have to vape, hold it in for 10 seconds. Slowly let it out your nose, and like barely any vapor is gonna come out.
Yeah, I saw this guy at the grocery store the other day with like a little like ego setup, and he was just like vaping, and I almost went up to him and was like, dude, just don't vape in the grocery store. Like, you're looking like a D-bag.
Yeah.
But I didn't because I don't want to tell someone else how to live their life, but I also don't want like this guy to continue to vape just like wherever he thinks it's fine, and like
right.
the rest of us look like douches. So
looks like everybody has to like log back into chat now.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Because Sean shut it down in the middle of the show.
No, I told him to.
He's trying to sabotage us.
No, I told him to shut it down.
Because he knows we're the best show in vaping.
Yeah, obviously we're so much better than Plumes. We have chicks on our show.
Yeah.
And what do they have? Like dudes?
Chicks in tank tops, bro. Beat that. You guys got like, sleeves.
You guys got sleeveless dudes.
I think I'm logged back in. Whose turn is it?
Yours, Matt.
Okay.
Matt, it's either yours or mine. I think Matt should go.
We've done worst products. Best RDA out right now and why?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
We also should do, right now, I think we should also do the Desert Island question, because I got that a bunch of times. I'm sure you got that.
I did too, yeah.
You want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. I'll go best RDA, and then I'll tell you like my Desert Island setup. Best RDA, is so tough because there really are so many good ones, and a lot of them depends on the mood. I still think even like the Aeolus and the Aeolus V2 is one that I use a ton. But then I've really liked the Hobo 3.1. They changed the whole way the barrel works. I've been using that a ton. I think the flavor's great, and the velocity. So like velocity, Hobo, and Aeolus. I would say I'm really excited. I could never do just one with these. I'm really excited to use this one that I got from what the fuck? Oh, brain fart. I reviewed his mech mod, Shadow Vapor, and so it's kind of like an Aeolus, but then check out the top comes off like a magnet. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I think I'm gonna like this one. I need to build it again. I built it once, but put some funky coils. Okay, as far as Desert Island setup.
You get one mod, one Addy, one juice.
Okay. We've done this before, so I'm gonna go with a tank. And honestly, like I've been testing high-end rebuildable tanks lately. The Gem, the Hurricane, the Uber 2. They're all awesome. That and the Squape RS, they're all like better than any other tanks I've ever tried as far as rebuildables for that single coil kind of experience. But the Hurricane 1.2 is probably my favorite, and I think I would take this with me. And then I would take a DNA mod. Like I like higher wattage, but if it's one setup to vape all day, it would be a tank. So I'd go with the Hurricane and some DNA mod that has good battery life. So like either
like a flask or something.
Yeah, a flask, like the Flask SXJ. Even though I don't have it yet, but I just know I'm gonna love it. The Vape Droid, or even like this E-Square. I love DNA mods with lots of battery life. If that's like one setup I'm going to use all day long, DNA or SX mods with a tank, and like I could be fine vaping that for the rest of my life. So with juice, I don't know. I love yogurt flavors right now. I love Nick's Blissful Brews Froyo. It's a little sweet for a yogurt flavor, but I like it. I like our yogurt flavor. I like tart. I like tart and sweet. That's why I like lemonades. That's why I like yogurts, because I like little tart and sweet mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't even do. Last time I did the Desert Island setup, I didn't give just one either, and I'm just horrible.
Yeah, you're just like, this is my paragraph. I'm gonna write an essay about my my Desert Island vape.
Wordy as fuck.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Vanessa should go.
So if I were to be on a deserted island, I would definitely take a tank because they're low maintenance. Probably the Magnus is what I would choose, just because I've vaped that a lot and I liked it a lot. And then probably some sort of mod with a lot of battery life, maybe the MVP. This one has a lot of battery life.
Yeah, the Pro.
Yeah. And that's what I would bring. Juice, I would probably do our juice, the Huck Yeah, because I can never get enough of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All day vape.
Let's see, for me, I'd probably have to go with Hexum Tugboat combo. I'm a dripper, so I'm not going to pick a tank, even though I don't mind that I would have to drip all the time on the desert. I'm okay with that. I'm going to just accept that into my life as something I have to do. And I probably have to go, and I know this sounds shitty, like, hello self-promotion, but I'd probably have to go NOLA from Lane Cove. It's yummy. It's yummy. I pretty much vape that constantly. So yeah, for me, Hexum, Tugboat, NOLA, good to go. Good to go.
Ruby, you're up next with a question.
Oh shit, it's my turn? So prepared. Shit. I'll just do it. How about I'll do like a little quick and simple one. Who's your favorite YouTube reviewer? And everyone has to answer this one. Let's see. Favorite YouTube reviewer? That sucks because a lot of us are friends.
There's so many, yeah.
And there's so many channels.
Technically, we probably all should just say Grim Green since he helped us out and gave us shout-outs and was like one of the nicest to us.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, as far as, like, the people who I watch the most, it would have to be, I can't just say one. I can't do that.
Who you watch the most?
Yeah, who I watch the most, definitely Nick, for sure. I have to go back, too, and remember all of the channels who I watched when I was first vaping, like, before I had my own channel. So, definitely Nick. He was a huge help when I had my channel in the beginning and when I was first starting as a vapor. So I'd also have to say P. Basardo, because he does so much more like tech stuff than I can do. Like, he has equipment, he has charts, he has hour-long reviews for a starter kit. Like, I just appreciate how thorough he is, and I think I watch all of his videos. So definitely Phil, and then who else? I'm not including you guys because obviously I watch your videos, and then it would seem like some weird fucked up like nepotism family shit if I said you guys. But you guys are there. I mean, you guys are there. Yeah, and then Twisted. I watch a fuck ton of his videos. I like his take on it because he's not just like, Mr. like Captain Reviewer who's trying to do all the tech stuff, but I really enjoy how he presents things just like as himself. He's not trying to be anything but himself, you know? Like he's just he's just like
to do something that he's not.
Yeah, he's just like Richard the Reviewer, Richard the Vapor, and he's like he has a different take on it because we vape very differently, and so I don't know. I just appreciate his perspective and his channel. So
when I started vaping, yeah, I probably watched Phil the most. Back then, I think Phil's good for newer reviewers because he gives a lot of the info that you might need. Especially back then, because he would do a lot of like the simple build tutorials, like build tutorials on K-Fun, stuff like that. So he's really good for like newer vapors. I know he does a lot of technical stuff too, but I used to watch Phil a ton. I don't watch as many YouTube videos as I used to, just being busy. I skim through, but the people that I always look for are obviously Ruby, even though we're not mentioning her. Todd's one that I watched constantly.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And that was just like it was kind of a personality thing to where, well, I like high-end gear. He reviews a lot of high-end gear, but he would just Todd would just always have this weird thing about, it's the British thing. I have man crushes on all the British reviewers, basically. Grim is another one that I found Grim right after Basardo, I think. So obviously I've watched him a lot. I'm pretty much the same as you. I'm trying to think of other channels that I've watched that you didn't mention though. Safer Vapors back when they were
back in the day.
I fucking loved those guys. I watched every Safer Vapors video. I still watch Damien a lot. He does all uber high end stuff.
Yeah,
now.
He's all high end now.
What else? Who else? Who else is there?
Who else? Well,
I watched Indoor Smokers a lot in the beginning too.
Yeah, I was actually gonna shout him out too. When I first started vaping, I watched a lot of Indoor Smokers videos. Because he concentrates more on newer stuff. So yeah, shout out to Indoor. I watched a fuck ton of his videos when I first started vaping.
Somebody said Todd is not British. Yes, he is.
Well, Scottish, but...
He's Scottish, but British covers both. You got English and you got Scottish, and both of them are British. Eat a dick.
It's eat a D. You're misquoting yourself.
Eat a D, Grim Green.
There you go.
There was
want to hear mine?
Yeah, I want to hear yours.
Yes.
My favorite is Vaping Genius.
Vanessa.
Totally kidding.
I'm trying to think of who I really watched back in the day though, because there were a few others. Like I watched some of like Basil Ray's
Basil
videos
Ray.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
I watched Scott's videos too a lot.
Yeah, I Get You 69. There's so many good reviewers now.
Oh, you know who had a huge impact on me? Was Amanda M. Holy shit! Shout outs to Amanda M. I watched all of her videos when I first started vaping, and her and Candy and even like Vape Girl, like Janae. I was like, yes, other like female reviewers. Oh my god, it was like a new world for me. So finding their channels was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. There was some other, like, who else? JC West. I watched some of his back in the day.
Oh man.
And there was that other guy in California. What was his fucking name?
CJ?
No, not CJ. That's one of them too. It was like he was like a Latino guy, and he had a good amount of subscribers, and he was like one of the first to like start doing like some of the sub-ohm stuff and mech mods. Like he really got into the sub-ohm stuff. Forget his fucking name now. Maybe somebody will say it in chat. Should we move on to Instagram since like we've already been doing this for an hour?
Let's go Instagram. Feel like I have more on Instagram, actually. Do you want me to go? Is it my turn?
It's your turn, Ruby.
Okay, load more comments. That's a question for Vanessa. Sorry, this is so exciting. Hello.
I'm just laughing at some of the questions.
Content. This is good content. Deal with it. Eat a D.
We almost could have done like a part 1 and part 2 of this.
Someone asked me what my favorite color is.
Green?
Well, yeah, since this is like an AMA where I feel like we should answer all of the questions. But it's green. It's like this leafy green. And I used it in Lane Cove because it's my favorite color and I fucking love it. Like leafy green, kind of also going into like this like limey sort of green color. That's got to be my favorite. I also really appreciate teal, like blue-green sort of teal colors.
Like Tiffany blue?
No.
Yeah.
No, not Tiffany
Don't
blue.
sugar it's Tiffany blue.
It's not. It's actually greener than that and a little bit darker.
I'm kidding.
Shut up, Matt.
It's funny. I always have like really loved green colors too, but like we've kind of had to abandon that because Grim Green had the lockdown on green.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I mean, like I've always loved it. Like this color green right there, greens like that, some like darker greens. I don't know. That's
just because it's his last name doesn't mean that he gets to own it.
True.
Matt, what do you have? What's your favorite color, Matt?
I like greens. I like reds and blues.
So all of the colors? Do you like oranges and yellows?
No, don't
purples?
like oranges. Not as much into yellows. I like neon green. I like if we're talking like wood and stuff, I love just like natural crazy grained wood with like different browns and like kind of like a khaki green in there, like stabilized wood that's got like a khaki kind of color. Love colors like that. Why are people talking about punching my face? And yes, I was talking about MC Vapes. Somebody said, Matt, were you thinking of MC Vapes? That is who I was talking about. But why would you punch Matt in the face for a lifetime supply of sherbet in the dark to fuck?
I would. I'd do it.
Why is Grim Green so aggro against me today?
V should go.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite color, that's a given, pink, of course.
It's a specific pink, though, honey.
Yeah, it's like a fuchsia pink. I don't like Pepto-Bismol pink. I like a dark fuchsia pink.
Hot pink, kind of neon darker pink. I have had to learn this because buying her gifts and stuff, I bought plenty of the wrong pinks.
No, you have to get the right pink, obviously.
Yeah. Like if you get her like a lighter pink, baby pink, whatever the fuck you'd call it, She's
Yeah, baby pink. Yeah, that's what people do with their hair now, like baby pink hair.
I got a good question.
Okay.
Sure.
Where'd it go? This is a good one. It's fucking deep too.
It's deep.
What
Fucking deep.
What keeps you guys in the YouTube review game? What keeps you guys moving forward and coming back every day with all the backlash and unfortunate something? He misspelled something with people. Unfortunate things with people using your names to get free gear. Basically, he's asking what keeps us in the game, even though there's bullshit and it's a lot of work and blah 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 blah. Ruby, you go first. I'm still trying to figure out why Grim Green wants to punch me in the face.
What keeps us going? Like,
What keeps you in the game? What keeps you motivated?
I would say what keeps me motivated is a lot of it has to do with, like, feedback, like viewer feedback. If people are like, oh my gosh, like, your channel helped me quit smoking, like, that's my main goal of what I do in vaping, is to help people get away from traditional tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I want to do. So when I get feedback like that, like, Ruby, I discovered your channel, and I appreciate, your work, and I bought this because of your recommendation, and now I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Like, that is really what keeps me going. Like, that is incredible to hear people's stories like that. It makes me feel like I'm contributing in some way to someone else's life that's improving their health, and that's so important to me. Another thing that keeps me going is just being inspired by other content creators, and this is going to sound a little bit weird and maybe too, like, artsy-fartsy, but, like, being inspired by other YouTubers and, like, trying to figure out how to make better videos and how to make better content on the internet, that inspires me as well. When I watch a lot of other, like, non-vaping channels, and their work inspires me, their edits, their music, their content inspires me to implement that on my channel. And just editing itself has become, like, a new fun thing to learn about, like a new skill. So that helps keep the, like, boredom at bay for me, and just discovering new friends, like going to meets, meeting people. That's a huge thing for me too, just meeting other people who are in the community who are vaping as well. So that's my long-ass answer. Sorry for the essay.
I wasn't giggling at you, by the way. I was giggling at everybody saying, free shit, kickbacks, YouTube money.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
That's like a perk, but that's not the main reason.
When I first started getting, like, free stuff to review, that it was, like, exciting. It was cool.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting.
Flattering. Now it's like, it's like I appreciate it and it's great, but it's like a lot of it's the same stuff. There's a few items once in a while where I'll be excited about it, but it kind of wears off. What I go up and down a lot. Like, and I feel like I have a responsibility now. That might sound stupid, but there are some weeks where I absolutely do not feel like making videos and don't feel like dealing with it.
Yeah.
And like, sometimes I'll take a week off because of it. But what motivates me is just, like, I feel like I do have, like, the responsibility now, and I feel like not just because I told vendors I would review their shit, but I feel like that's, like, like, when I don't make a review for a week, I get emails from people asking me if I'm okay, asking me about things, saying, hey, why, you haven't reviewed this yet. And I enjoy it, but just, you have off weeks sometimes. So, like, the people definitely keep you going. Also, like, watching other reviewers, like, watching how consistent, like, guys like Grim are, even though they've been doing it for, like, 6 years. That'll keep me motivated too, like, because those guys are, like, dedicated, but I mean, it is fulfilling when you get, there are times, and I know it's gotten to everyone. It's gotten to Todd really bad, obviously too.
Yeah.
Because, there are times where you just get a bunch of hate, and you have people telling you you're a fucking liar, like Vapor Rob, who's a fucking douchebag, by the way. And why did I just give him? Why did I just talk about him?
I don't know.
Edit.
You can't edit this.
You have people that hate on you, and they don't know you at all. And so, you just hate that. Like, this person doesn't know me. There's no way for me to ever show them how I actually am, and they think I'm a fucking liar and a sellout or something. And so there's times when I just like fucking hate it. I've had times where I've just been like, fuck this, I'm not doing videos anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And then you get over it the next day, and like somebody says something good, somebody says something like, hey, I bought this because of your review, and it's finally gotten me to, quit smoking, and then it's like, all the negative shit is just gone away.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is a roller coaster kind of thing, though. You go up and down with how excited you are about it, but you try to be as consistent as possible.
Right.
Yeah. I've had to take a break from the whole vaping thing just because of school and everything, but the thing that keeps me going and the thing I'm looking forward to most since I'm done with school now is just the love of the vape community. Like, I love going to meets and conventions, and we all just come together and we have that one thing in common. We all vape, and I just love seeing everybody just get along and talk vape, and that really inspires me too, is to just make more videos, because we hang out with like Ruby and Nick and stuff, and I see how consistent they are with their videos. And it just makes me want to immerse myself deeper into the vape world.
Deeper.
Immerse myself so deep.
So deep. So fucking deep right now.
One thing that is tough, though, about making videos is that if you're having a bad day, and, people already tell me I'm boring and they say this and that. If you're having a bad day, it is so hard to make yourself make a decent video to where your mood is not coming across in that video,
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to like write up a review, which you could do when you're in a bad mood or a good mood, but having to be in front of the camera if you had a shitty day or something, or you're stressed out about something is really fucking tough.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, like, for me, like, I only have certain days where I can record because I'm like full-time with my son, and he's 4, so he's crazy, and I can't always get time to make videos, and I was doing 4 and 5 a week, but I just personally, like, that, I cannot do that anymore. It's like total burnout, especially when, I'm running like a juice company now too, and I'm running all the Lanco stuff. Like, I have to I'm putting energy into that as well, so the channel is super important to me, but I cannot make as many videos as I used to be able to. And now that I've changed my format as well, it takes much, much longer to edit those videos. So now I have my schedule set to 3 a week, and that's a lot more feasible for me to do. Like, I feel like even though I might not have, something might not be like quite as current or quite as like immediate as they used to be, I feel like I can still, contribute and make a video when I need to. So I have a couple videos coming up that are going to be like compilation videos. They're going to be like multi-product videos because I need to get to this queue before the things that I'm reviewing are like essentially irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but like people aren't as interested in them. So
yeah,
that struggle, like the queue, is a struggle. It really is. Like, because you want to create good content, you want to get good information out there, but you don't want that information to be outdated. So
kids are so frustrating too when you're trying to do a video. You can tell them to be quiet, and then you have all of a sudden they have to go to the bathroom right in the middle of your close-up part.
Yeah. Like, I can get away with like shooting close-ups when my son is around, but like doing face-to-face stuff, I have to wait on days where he's at school. So it's interesting when you're a parent and trying to make consistent videos. The struggle is real.
One other thing we didn't mention too, though, and a lot of people say that like, oh, there's a vaping Illuminati because some of us are friends and stuff.
Yeah.
That is what has always helped me a lot. So being friends with all you guys and like being able to, like, we're not plotting to control the vape industry. We'll have a group text with me, Ruby, and Vanessa and talk this. He's gonna murder me. Stupid shit like that. Like, You know what I'm saying? It's like we vent to each other, as to where if we vented to somebody else, they would just think we're stupid whiners.
Well, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, your head is so far up Grim Green's ass," and I'm like, "What?" Like, don't be mad because we're friends. Like, I consider my like fellow YouTube reviewers as coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're just like chilling at the water cooler. You know, we're like, you need to have that sort of like BS at some point. You need to be able to vet somebody, and it's not some sort of like Illuminati conspiracy or anything. But a lot of us talk to each other because we're friends, and like I said, to me, you guys are like my coworkers in a sense. So that is definitely helpful in like keeping everything fresh and keeping my motivation positive.
Well, and other vape reviewers also know what we're going through, you know? Like, you talk to somebody who doesn't vape or somebody who doesn't even watch YouTube videos, and it's hard for them to understand what we go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey, you might want to refresh. You might want to refresh your major potato right now.
Is she potato?
You're 5 seconds behind.
Oh.
She's a potato. That's cool. She's the hottest potato ever.
You potato to you?
Am I a potato?
Am I a potato?
No, you're not a potato. Am I a potato?
Well, now you're a little delayed too.
Oh shit.
Excuse me.
Back.
One thing to clarify too, just last thing on this is that honey, you might want to take your computer upstairs because you're really pixely for me.
You're pixely for me, Matt.
Well, great. Is your daughter streaming things, Vanessa?
Damn kids. Damn kids.
Right, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Yeah, will you see if she's streaming something? Ribby, do you have a new question?
Sure. If, oh, I'm not sure. I feel like I already answered that. Someone asked where do babies come from. Wow. I feel like that's pretty clear. When a mommy and daddy love each other. I'm just kidding.
A flower is planted.
A flower is planted. Oh, this is a good one. This is from Tiny Blue Screwdriver on Instagram. They said, what is your favorite type of vape convention? More like a trade show expo or more like a local meet? And I've only ever been to two. I've been to two like larger trade show expo style events, and they were good, but they're really overwhelming. So I went to Summit in Vegas, and then we went to we were all at VPX in Niagara, which was a smaller expo. So and then like I've gone to like Vape Bash and some like VaporCon West, which is a smaller meet. So for me, I think I prefer like the one-on-one interactions that I'm getting at smaller meets, and they're for me personally just a little less overwhelming because I do have some anxiety issues. So for me, smaller events kind of work better for me, and I think a good mix of that. And I know Nick is my friend, but like VaporCon West is seriously one of my favorite shows of the year because it's a great combo of like good vendors and like really awesome friends, and people like make their way out to Reno to come to that event. And there were like some of my like Colorado friends who came out and like hung out, and it events like that, I think like where you're getting those like becoming like friends with people, but you're also like getting to experience vendors from all over the country. Those are the types of events that really excite me, and I'm really stoked. I haven't gone to a VCC event, and we're going to be going out to VCC in Tulsa. I'll be out there with Lane Cove and Gaslight in Music City, so I'm really stoked about that. And I know that the Plumes guys are going to be out there too, and I've only met Sean in IRL, so to meet all the rest of the guys, I'm so excited that we're all going to be able to hang out and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, and I've heard that the VCC events are very, very cool, so we'll see.
Is she streaming something?
Oh, no. Yeah, there you
No,
go.
she's not.
God damn it! We should have done this on. We might, if this keeps being bad, we might have to have you just come in here. And now there's 2 Ruby Roos.
Oh, yeah, my internet just, oh.
Fuck internet, seriously.
Potato.
As far as events, it depends on what you're looking for. Yeah, like the small ones are really cool. The vape meets where you can talk to more people. All your friends are there. If you want to like just look at gear, the bigger ones are where you're going to see more modders like Summit, ECC, stuff like that. But after you've been to a bunch of these, you kind of just start to like the smaller ones because you really go there for the company and the people. Are you guys still there?
I'm here.
All right, I couldn't hear you for a second.
I'm here.
We're here.
People said in chat that I'm Potato as well. It's Vanessa. Why don't you come in here?
The fuck does
why don't you turn
Potato
your
mean?
computer off and grab
Potato.
Okay.
Oh, she gone. Okay. Potato is when you look like a Minecraft character.
Obviously, our stupid Montana internet can't handle
Yeah,
two.
I blame. Yeah, I blame the great state of Montana.
Fuck Montana.
Too bad it's
Sorry,
such a
I
beautiful
love
place.
living here, but sometimes this place pisses me off because it's behind in a lot of things. We don't even recycle here yet.
Oh, that is so sad. That's sad.
The events that I really like the best are, VaporCon West is always great. It's got that cool, like, homey feel where you know everybody and it's small, cool vendors and everybody just has a good time and it's all in one hotel. You don't have to leave. VCC are all really good. And VCC and ACC care about advocacy. They always make sure to give booths and stuff like that. Summit doesn't.
No, that's why we're not doing Summit events anymore.
Somebody asked me if we were going to Vape Mania. Are you going?
I'm not going to Mania, no.
No, I'm not going either.
No, I'm just not going. I will, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going.
Hashtag because Joe Petner hates vaping. Just always getting myself in trouble. Anytime we get off subject, I say something bad. That's
you do. Yeah, you do. You just shoot yourself in the foot, man.
I don't really care about that one, though. You can know I hate him because he's a douche. Anyway, let's move on. Have you found anything good? Are you still there?
Found anything good? Good for what?
Good questions. Other good questions on Instagram.
Oh, look, it's Vanessa.
Hi.
The internet can just destroy the smoothness of a show.
Yeah, the internet is doing that. For me, you guys are like Minecraft characters, but it's cool. I'll just keep going.
I don't think I can. Oh, there she goes.
No, not me. I'm still here.
Still there?
God. I hate the internet sometimes.
I can't refresh because I'm hosting. Am I right?
I don't know. Anyway, I'll just talk for a little bit. I've got a question.
Well, why don't you just go ahead?
I've got a question here from Danielle and Kat. Both of them asked the same question. They were asking how I got my name, Ruby Roo, like as my channel name. And I have explained it before, but perhaps I shall explain it again. So when I was 18 years old, AIM, Instant Messenger, was like a thing. And so I needed to come up with my username, and I came up with Ruby Roo. It was Ruby Roo something. And so then I needed to, later, so I kept that username, Ruby Roo, for a really long time. And then when I started getting back into forums and stuff like that, I just kept Ruby Roo. And then when I joined ECF, back when I first started vaping, Ruby Roo. And then when I started my channel, it was just Ruby Roo. So it just kind of became a thing that stayed through from when I was 18 years old, and I am currently 34 years old. So it's been a while. Ruby is actually a nickname that I stole from my mom. That's like her nickname. And then Roo as in kangaroo because I'm half Australian. So I just put them together. So Ruby Roo. There you go. That's why.
Do you want to explain how we got our name?
Yeah, sure.
You guys made a video about yours.
When we first started, yeah, we did. When we first started vaping, and Matt was getting into the mods and everything and being obsessed with them, I was sitting there and I was on the couch and I was studying, and he came up and he's like, "Hey, you need to try this juice." And I said, "I'm busy right now." And he'd be like, "Will you just suck my mod?" So that's how he
And then it became a joke, like
It was
where
a
we
joke,
would
yeah.
just say it, and where I'd walk up to her, and
Suck my mod.
you know, and that's how it came about.
A dirty joke.
Dirty joke.
Makes sense.
Let's see. Do you want to look on your phone and look at questions too?
Well, what questions did I miss since I was having technical difficulties?
I don't even. You didn't miss much. Just the name thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's one. How has YouTube affected your lives?
Changed it forever.
Who's going first?
Me should go.
How has it changed my life? It
Yeah.
hasn't. Besides, it takes a lot of your attention away.
It was kind of a good thing because when we first moved in together, it was right when Vanessa started nursing school, and it was just sucking up so much of her time, and I was just kind of like, la-di-da. I don't even know if I would have even gotten into vaping as much if she hadn't, had been for it. And so like I kind of dived right in because I, had a lot of free time. She was doing homework every night. And so that's that. Yeah. But yeah, the YouTube's definitely changed our lives. It's changed, obviously I wouldn't have a juice line. You probably wouldn't either, Ruby. If we didn't have YouTube channels, we wouldn't have gotten as deep into it. And I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say like the vape famous thing. I don't feel like that at all. Like,
I don't either.
No.
We have a normal life with a normal house and yard, just like everyone else, where no one in town knows who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Just because some people online know who we are, it doesn't really mean anything. It's like, it's like being I don't know. Somebody had a really good analogy for vape fame the other day, and I forget what it was now. We're still delayed, though. Are we still pretty potato for you, Ruby?
You're still a little Minecrafty for me, yeah.
Let's go through here.
For me, what
If you could design the...
Right, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You haven't even gone yet.
No, how about...
No, you go. So
I'll answer, and hopefully your Minecraft can figure itself out. I think YouTube has changed everything for me because now I'm like all vape all day or a day. Basically, we own a company. Like I own a company. I have a channel. I review gear. I'm constantly talking to everybody all day about vape. So for me, YouTube has changed my life, and I think it's changed it in a very positive way. I tend to be kind of an introverted person, and YouTube is a way that I can become a little bit more extroverted and meet more people and experience life from other people's perspectives. So it's completely changed everything for me, and I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful that for the community who I've met, for the friends who I've met. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible. So I contribute a lot of starting a channel to who I am today, for sure. It has nothing to do with like YouTube money or e-liquid money or being vape famous. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't, I don't care about that. Like, it's cool, I guess. Like, I'm not going to say like I don't own up to it. Sure, it's cool, but it's also something that doesn't just like fall in my lap. It's something that I've worked for. I've worked really hard to make good content that people watch and that's informing them about different products. And if that means that someone recognizes me at a vape meet, or if that means that someone messages me with questions on YouTube or on, Facebook or whatever, like, that's cool. Like, I think that that's a really cool thing. So I'm incredibly grateful for it. I feel totally blessed by it. And it's a place where I feel like it hasn't changed my personality or who I am, but it's just definitely changed like my life, my lifestyle.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't change our like financial situation. We're probably in the same spot financially as we were when I worked at the newspaper and magazine.
Right.
But it changes like it changes your friends, and it changes the people you meet and talk to, and the fact that you do get to like travel more and go visit.
Yeah.
Just it does change a lot of your life. It's made it more exciting for sure. Just being able to like go out to these different like vape events and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cool. Just places you'd never, like I would have never gone to Pittsburgh or
right.
North Carolina or Niagara Falls, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like that part of it's really cool. And people say it's just vaping. You're right, it's just vaping, but it does save lives. And so it's definitely fulfilling when you feel like you've had a hand in helping somebody with it.
Right.
So
Go ahead, Matt.
Did you do the last question or did we?
Oh, no, I did. It's your turn.
Okay, let me load more of them here. Here's a good one. My question is, what kind of coil builds do you recommend to get really good flavor while testing new juices?
Whatever you build.
Lately, I just like to do something simple like a single coil, especially if I have to change cotton out a lot. Something with like medium airflow, not too wide open, not too closed, just kind of like a resistive long hit. But it's more like the Addy and like, just like my normal coil, if I'm just like not going to get crazy or anything, it's just going to be like a 2.5 millimeter with 24 gauge, 26 gauge. If I'm, using an Addy like the Velocity or it's a dual coil, I'll build lower like 24 gauge, 3 millimeter coils. But, I've tried a lot of different like really cool coil builds just from like friends that have built for us, like Twisted Messes and a few guys have built for me. And the vape experience is slightly different. Some of them you feel like you get more dense vapor, but as far as flavor, it doesn't seem that much different. So like I just go for just your regular old, 2.5 millimeter, 26 gauge coil that's that I have on a DNA or something if I'm just wanting to try a lot of juices and I can just keep swapping cotton out.
Mm-hmm. I kind of have a build that I use in everything, and it's 24 gauge Anarchist 7 wraps, 2.5 millimeter screwdriver, done, and it comes out to 0.2 ohms, and then I use that either on a Hexohm, a Mech, or my Titan, and that's how I taste juice.
That's a build that I use a lot in like tugboats, those kind of.
I use it on. Yeah, I use it in tugboats. I use it on my Petri all the time, and those are the Addies that I use for flavor testing. So that's, I don't know. Like, I build really boring, but what I do build works really well for how I vape. So that's just kind of what I stuck with.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing crazy builds really changes the flavor all that much. It's just a lot of times it's just the right Addy too. Like some Addies we just have better luck with. I think we've both had really good luck with tugboats, and I've always gotten great flavor from tugboats. As I know you're a fan too.
Yeah.
Aeolus is another one. don't. Some people have told me they get shitty flavor with the Aeolus. I feel like I get great flavor with the Aeolus.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah,
So yeah,
we're not that interested in that department.
no, I know, not at all. It's my turn. I'm looking.
Somebody asked, "Do you Voop?" Who doesn't Voop, bro?
I don't.
Everybody voops.
I don't. 'Cause I don't poop.
That's not true.
She has always said she doesn't poop. It just comes out in awesomeness.
Yeah.
Little did I know once I moved in with her that awesomeness meant farting all night while you're sleeping.
Here is a question.
Well, it's Ruby's turn.
Oh.
You go next.
Oh no, I have two questions. The first one is silly because someone said, when you guys play doctor, who's the nurse? V, obviously. When we play doctor, V is the nurse. Duh. I mean, duh. Because she is a nurse. And then someone asked, shit, where'd it go? Oh, do you ever plan to stop vaping in the future? Or cutting nicotine to down to 0? I could definitely see cutting my nic to 0, but I don't see myself quitting vaping anytime soon anyway. Like within the next couple of years, I don't know. Like I'm kind of a gypsy. I sort of like go wherever the world takes me, but I don't see myself quitting vaping anytime soon. But I could see myself cutting down to 0 at some point, like maybe.
Mhm.
What about you guys?
Some people need vices, you know, and the trick is finding the vice that is going to be the least destructive for your body. I could see myself maybe going down to 0 milligram at some point. I don't know, but I have no desire to ever stop vaping because it's so fucking enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt with smoking for a long time, that I just liked, you know, a lot of people were like, I hate smoking, I want to quit. I loved smoking. I hated the smell and I hated the way it made me feel.
No, I agree. I loved smoking so much. I love cigarettes. Loved them.
And I feel that way about vaping now. So like, I know a lot of people, it is their means to quit completely, and that's great. I'm not bashing that at all. But for me, I have kind of an addictive personality, and
Yeah.
it's a pretty healthy vice for me. It's better than doing other things, obviously, better than smoking, better than doing drugs. So, you know, I just kind of need something, and vaping has filled that role for me quite well.
Yeah. What about you, V?
I agree. I won't ever stop vaping.
Hmm.
Will I lower my nicotine? Maybe to 0 milligrams someday, but I mean, I'm at 3, so
Yeah.
I don't feel lightheaded or anything like I did when I vaped the higher milligrams. I love vaping and I don't plan on quitting.
You know what I love the most is like laying in bed, watching a movie at night and vaping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like vaping when I'm driving. When I'm waking up early and I'm like driving in the car at 6 a.m., I just love vaping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice way to like start things out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vape before I even get out of bed sometimes, because I like take an hour to wake up fully, and so I'll
Yeah.
look at my phone and vape a little bit, and it's I don't know.
Yeah, I think I don't usually start vaping like right off in the morning, but like probably usually for me it's like after breakfast. And I'm like, all right, I'm having my tea, I had breakfast, I'm ready to vape. Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's do this thing. And I definitely vape way more at night than I do during the day. So, and I'm kind of a night owl. Like I stay up super late. So vaping at night to me has always been like something that I do. And I'm like watching, like I watch vlogs and stuff, like content on YouTube a lot late at night. Or if I'm like watching one of my like Netflix shows or something, I just like chain vape.
Yeah, that's when I vape the most, is when you're just like not doing anything. You're
Yeah,
just
like spacing out.
watching videos or movies, and you're just chain vaping.
Yeah.
What was the question that you found?
Oh,
By the way, you're looking rather tan.
Thanks.
You're making me look.
Oh, Patina. Patina has returned.
Yeah, be back, yo.
Nichols and Patina for days.
We're all parents here. Here's one for the parents and all of you. What are your thoughts about vaping around your kids?
Ooh, that's a hot topic.
I vape around my child. She knows not to touch it. She knows it's dangerous and there's nicotine in it, which you have to be 18 or older to use it, but I vape in front of her and yeah.
It's a tough one because I vape around our kids too. Obviously I don't like, if he's sitting next to me, I don't like blow it in his face.
Right.
I try to stealth vapor. I won't vape as much if he's next to me. I don't want like vapor surrounding him. To me, it's like being a kid. I grew up with really religious parent in a religious family. We're still dysfunctional, but they weren't like big drinkers. They weren't big smokers. I still wanted to do bad things. I almost feel like if we hid it from kids, or like if we kept it under wraps more and made it seem like, ooh, this serious bad thing, they would almost want to sneak it and do it even more. The kids know that we were both smokers and it was disgusting and it stunk. And so that we do this in order to not smoke because it's healthier. And they also know that there's no need for them to vape. That's kind of how I've put it across is like, there's no need for you to vape. The reason I do it is because I was stupid and I started smoking. It's not to say that the kids will never try it at some point because I know how rebellious kids are, but so we don't make it like it's okay. Like, yeah, you could totally vape when you get older, but at the same time, I'm not going to like act ashamed of it and act like it's this, super horrible, serious thing that might even make them want to do it more.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. When I first started vaping, I didn't vape around my son at all. I kind of treated it like cigarette smoking, and I vaped outside, or like when he was like napping or something, then I would just like vape then. But now that like he's older and he kind of understands a little bit more, Josh and I are teaching him that it's not for kids, it's just for mommies and daddies, like it's just for adults. And we've taught him to never ever touch my stuff. I keep all of my stuff out of his reach because he is so young. And for me, it's more of like a parenting issue, and choose what's right for your family. Like if you don't feel comfortable vaping around your kids, then don't do it.
Exactly.
You know? But if you do feel comfortable vaping around your kids, then do it. And then I think if you are that type of parent, then just especially if they're a little bit older and they can understand, then you just teach them to never ever touch your stuff. And if they're really young, to keep it out of their reach. Especially if you're into DIY or something like that, keep everything out of their reach and be responsible about it. Be a decent human about it. Be a good parent about it. And I think that those kids are maybe less likely to see it as this super, Matt, what you were saying, a super secret thing that you can't do, it's behind closed doors or something, because those are the things, especially when your kids get older, are the things that they're going to want to have. When I was a teenager, because smoking in my family was an absolute no. As a teenager, it made me want to just try it even more. And steal cigarettes from my older friends or whatever. So
I mean, it's all within reason too. I don't keep the windows up and hotbox the car with a dripper.
Right, of course.
If I was in a little room reading my kid a book or something, I'm not going to sit there and just chain vape with a dripper and surround him around vapor. If I've been sitting next to him and vaped, I'll be using a tank like this and I'll hold it in and kind of go like that, but not chain.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna chain vape and blow huge clouds in my son's face,
right.
Obviously. But if you can be courteous about it, essentially act like it's someone else, maybe a friend or something who doesn't smoke or doesn't vape, just be courteous about it. And with your own kid, if there's some sort of teaching moment that you can take from it, I think that that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really just, like you said, it's everyone's own personal decision.
Yeah, you have to decide what's right for your family. And no one, not me, not Matt, not V, not anyone else is going to tell you how to run your own life or your family. So do what's right for your family.
I mean, her and I have had conversations like this before. I've had them with other people, and it's there's some some things I think are okay to do around kids, or some things that aren't. Like, I don't want to be drunk, like wasted drunk in front of my kid and have him see daddy acting weird.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, like,
absolutely.
I want to be, because I remember being a kid and you wanted your parents to be stable, and you know, like, if seeing your mom be wasted, it was like fucking weird. Like, what's wrong with my mom? You know, like, so I think there's just like a time and a place for different things.
Absolutely.
Is it my turn now? Gosh, we're going overtime. Let's just do a couple more.
All right, here, I'm gonna
Let's all pick one more.
okay, I'll pick one. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
And it's just you and me, and we're in this chat. We're vaping. Yeah, we're vaping hard. It's vaping. Yeah, we're vaping.
Oh my God. Ruby, come save us. Do we want to even continue? Where is she going? You think she had to pee?
Probably Voop. Talking about all that vooping.
The fact that you don't Voop is weird.
I just don't want poop particles in my vape.
Do you look at your phone when you're on the toilet?
No.
You don't look at anything? A
No.
magazine?
No. I just get in and get out. Like,
That is true. And I will say this for you guys. If you were a Vooper, get like wipies and disinfect your mod and stuff afterwards. Because remember, like, you know, the different research they've done where they found like particles on people's toothbrushes.
oh,
and
did
shit
you read
like
that article about beards? How disgusting beards are. Like, they have like bacteria from your shit in your beard. Yeah. So every time you see somebody with a freaking beard, there's fucking poop particles in that beard.
Be like, hey, shit face. That's what like, because I get grossed out about stuff like that. So I always white.
Yeah.
It's people are just like, what the fuck right now? Should we go through and answer a few questions? Somebody asked, should I off myself? No.
Oh my God.
No, you obviously shouldn't off yourself. And if I am the one that is making that decision for you, that is horrible.
No, there's helplines out there for you.
Are you back, Ruby?
Yeah, helplines. What?
Oh, somebody asked on mine. Somebody asked, should I off myself?
Oh, probably not. Probably not.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Hmm.
Who's got? Do you have one lined up yet, Ruby, or do you want me to go first?
No, you go.
Crap. It's like there's a lot of good ones that we don't have time to get to.
Just do one. Pick a good one.
What worst case scenario and vaping is banned, what content will you have on your channel?
Oh, that's a great question. Wow.
That is a really good question. I don't think vaping is ever going to be completely banned. Obviously, it could be regulated. You know, obviously, there could be way less businesses. We could have less access to as many products. I don't know. You know, I am one that I am a law-abiding citizen, but if it's something I think is just stupid and horrible, I will break the law. And if I could get away with it, I would probably have some sort of channel where I could show you guys how to like make your own mods or like jerry-rig stuff from your house to be able to. I shouldn't use that term, by the way. Just like, you know, do stuff like that. MacGyver vaping. I'm going to change my channel name to that. MacGyver vaping.
Right.
But I don't know that, you know, that's something that I have thought about a lot, because obviously if all was left was like big tobacco, we're not going to be reviewing cigalikes. It's stupid and it would just be pointless, really. I mean, I don't know. I don't ever see vaping completely being gone, though. I think we'll still have access to some mods, atomizers and stuff, but it could get a lot more strict and there could be less products on the market.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Ruby?
I don't know. I probably would just turn my channel into like, and this is something I kind of want to do anyway, but like turn my channel into more of like a vlog style channel.
Yeah.
Like completely vlog style, and then have vaping stuff as well, you know, talk about just talk about life, vlog, make good content. Like, even if it's not completely vape related, I would hope that there could be some vape things in it. I'm like you, Matt. I don't think that vaping will ever go away entirely. It might be banned and taxed heavily at some point, but I would like to, it might be like less review focused. My channel might be more like vlog focused. So that's probably what I'd do.
Her and I have talked about that too, where like we just like to have a separate lifestyle channel where we just do vlogs, because we'll sit down and do like a vlog and we start talking about our day or just talking about random shit and then be like, oh, let's edit that out because it's absolutely not vape related at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people are interested in that. Like, there's a lot of daily vloggers who I watch, and I'm totally invested in what they have to say, and it has nothing to do with vaping.
I think it's cool too. I like that stuff too, but it'd just be like better to just have a separate channel for it. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
About a channel?
If vaping is banned. Oh, yeah. Oh, someone said here.
Anytime we do something live, she freezes up. But when we do stuff on where we're taping it, she's rowdy.
No, someone said talk about beer. That's actually been something I've been really considering. If I could like somehow create another like 5 hours a week, I would absolutely do a beer review channel. Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be great at that.
I would just, and they'd be like short 2-minute videos, like beer reviews. That would be so fun.
I've always thought she would be good, like just having her own channel too, like vlogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes she freezes up, like right now. Well, you woke up super early.
Yeah.
We're out of practice being together, though. We haven't even done like vlogs together for.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah. It's been a while. Oh, and the entire world, like on my Instagram, was like, "Where's V?" I'm like, "She's in school, man."
That last semester was so freaking rough. She was so busy with so much.
Yeah, it was the hardest thing I've ever done, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
Yay!
And I get to vape.
Who's got another question?
So here's one that somebody wrote in the chat. V, since you're in the healthcare industry, do you advocate vaping to patients that smoke, or do you keep that to yourself? And would it be against hospital policy to do so? I don't mention that I vape, but if there is a smoker, I ask them, like, what have you used to try to quit? And have you considered electronic cigarettes? And I give them information on it. I don't think it's against hospital policy. I'm just giving them some education on it and asking them. But
that's a tough one, though, because I think you can get away with it with some doctors, but there would be some where if they said, oh, your nurse told me I should start vaping, they would get upset.
And I don't tell them to start vaping. I say, have you tried this? I don't say that I do it or anything, but.
Which is too bad, because she, a nurse has access to so many sick people and so many smokers, and they still don't have very much education with some of, especially older people. They don't even know about vaping. They might not leave their house very often. They don't get online. And nurses are like the perfect people to educate them on something like that.
I think once more peer-reviewed studies come out and there's more research behind vaping and how it is safer than smoking, I think it'll be more accepted to educate patients on it. But until then, there's just not enough, everything that nurses do, it has to be peer reviewed. It has to be, evidence-based practice. And so that's the only reason why I don't fully, emerge. Yeah.
So you got one last one, Ruby?
Yeah, I was just asking chat, and then chat got like super quiet for some reason. Not sure why.
Well, because we've been on here for almost 2 hours now.
Well, no.
There's a few good ones on here.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
What?
Oh, I have one. Oh, this is actually from Facebook. And this does annoy me. So a lot of people asked, not a lot of people, but a couple of people chimed in. And Kat, who is the wife, is like Boosted wife, right? Boosted e-liquids. Kat is married to Corey, so she chimed in on this as well. And we're both like Colorado-based companies. So someone asked and she chimed in, are you annoyed because you live in Colorado that so many people think that you're just like some sort of super stoner, or think that like vaping is only about weed? And not that I'm from Colorado, right? Okay, weed is legal here. Fine, great. And it has nothing to do with my channel. And I just like, I'll just say it here. Like, it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about on my channel. What I'm talking about on my channel is tobacco harm reduction and e-cigs and e-liquids and mods and tanks and stuff like that. So it does annoy me because I do get a lot of comments, and a lot of them I just delete on my YouTube videos. Like, can you put weed in that? You're from Colorado. You must smoke weed. You're a stoner. All this stuff. Like, it's really, really dumb, and it's really annoying. And I wish that, I don't know what crowd that's coming from or anything, but it's frustrating because what I'm talking about on my channel has nothing to do with that. And yeah, it's annoying, it's dumb, and it has nothing to do with me. So
Drives me nuts too, because like I have no judgment against people that smoke marijuana or vape.
Yeah, me either. Whatever.
Vaping, it's probably a healthier choice for them, but they just should be two separate subjects.
Yeah, it's two different things. It's not what I'm talking about.
You probably do too. I constantly get hit up to review like pot vaping gear, whatever you'd call it, wax.
Yeah, different like vaporizers and stuff. Absolutely. And I just for a lot of us, it's separate. It's not something that I'm interested in talking about on my channel, because I'm more interested in talking about tobacco harm reduction. So it's not a thing for me. And it's annoying that being from a state where marijuana is, like recreational marijuana is legal, a lot of people just assume a lot about me. And they're like, why don't you talk about it on your channel? It's legal, man. I'm like,
represent.
That's not what I'm talking about. There's
a couple other like really good questions in chat. Let's go through them real quick. One was just, do you ever watch reviewers, Dutch vapors or reviewers, people you don't understand just to watch? Yeah, I watch videos from people I don't understand all the time just to see the product. Do you ever do that, Ruby? Like watch the Europeans or the German? Like there's a lot of German reviewers.
I have watched a couple of German reviewers, but I haven't lately. I haven't recently at all.
Another one is, how do you guys feel about people who vape who've never smoked? Or how do you guys feel about people who've never smoked vaping?
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care.
If you're over the age of 18, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny is because like you hear these statistics that have come out where like teen smoking is down, but teen vaping is up. Oh my God. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's up.
It's the same rebel kids that would have got into smoking that would have ended. I know I would have ended up vaping instead of smoking. I'm not advocating for it, but nor would I ever suggest it. But if it's something, if you're just that type of person that's going to be trying stuff like that, you're better off trying vaping than smoking. It's a taboo subject where you don't,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, oh, I think a minor should vape. I obviously don't think that. But, if you're over 18 and you are someone that's out drinking and you're like, oh, should I just try a cigarette or try vaping? You're obviously better off trying vaping.
Yeah, and if like an adult is out there and they're interested in vaping and they want to try it, then try it. Like but you need to be an adult. You need to be an adult. I don't care.
Yeah.
I believe in the 18 plus laws, right? That's like my hard line essentially. And then otherwise do what you want to do. This is a free country, and I don't think that the government should tell you what to do if you're an adult. Unless it's like super illegal, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's vaping. Okay, it's vaping.
What was another good one? Where did it go? Have you ever met a movie star? I worked for Maury Povich.
That's right. You have your Maury Povich connection.
And his wife, Connie Chung.
Yeah, I saw him every day in the summertime.
Nice.
Movie stars all the time living in Montana. They all have like summer homes here.
Mhm.
You always hear about, oh, Johnny Depp's in town or so-and-so's in
Mhm.
town.
Yeah.
I think we could. You have anything else you want to talk about, Ruby?
Oh, I'm good to go. I feel like we answered a lot of questions.
You feel good about it?
I feel good about it.
I feel like the internet could have kind of killed it, but we rebounded okay.
I feel like this time we need to come up with a list of them so we're not staring at our phones looking for questions.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Also, someone asked, what's up with drinking from a jar? That's from Hooligan24 in chat. I believe in free glasses. This one happens to be an old pickle jar.
We have jars too, and they hold a lot of liquid. So
They hold a lot of beverage, and they were free. So I drank out of them.
And yes, I love Strange Brew A.
Yes, because Canada.
So was Matt the father. That's a Maury
Maury
Povich
joke.
joke.
Maury Povich joke, yeah. Good job, Kat.
Funny question on that. I have a biological father that I've never met. I don't think I've told you this, Ruby, but him and I have talked a few times. He still is not very certain that he is my father, even though my mom tells me there's absolutely no one it could be. But the guy's just been kind of a loser. I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times. And for a while there, I considered, because talking to Maury and stuff, considered having him on Maury just for fun, like just because it'd be fucking funny. But then I realized that it would not be funny. It would be really lame.
That would be weird.
That'd be weird.
That'd be really
But that he still wants to have a paternity test, but I've just been putting it off for years because I don't really care that much.
yeah, you're like, I'm an adult. I don't care.
Yeah. The only thing I care about is if you have a nice inheritance that'll move on to me. Well, seriously, how much would that be?
Oh, Matt.
All right, we
You
should
always,
probably-
Matt has the best. Matt's skill is ending the show on a really weird, fucky note.
Awkward.
Yeah.
No, I always say stupid fucking things live that I can't edit out, like bad people. I whatever.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much to Matt and Vanessa and all of our viewers for watching tonight. It has been super fun to do a Q&A. I've never done one before, and I hope that you guys have fun too, Matt and V.
We'll have to do this again, maybe in like 6 months.
Oh, absolutely. I think that would be really fun.
To do like a hangout and like have, like 10 different people lined up to ask questions or something.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
The Reviewer's Q.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.